嗰時即係林鳳啊，嗰啲工廠皇后啊，即係話嘅工廠，即係嗰時我哋一帶都有工廠，所以嗰時佢做嗰啲工廠嗰個形象咧，做出嚟咧好受嗰啲即係佢嘅觀眾歡迎。就即係出後邊紮住條馬尾，或者手巾紮住嗰啲咁，即係攞飯包。
After the liberation of China in 1949, mainland industrialists provided capital and utilized the manpower in Hong Kong to set the stage for an astounding industrial boom. One of the earliest areas of industrial development was Tsuen Wan.
即係嗰啲大型嗰啲沙廠、紡織廠，即係早期哇，真係冇得頂。因為呢度真係一個工業，即係一個工業即係重鎮。
Hong Kong's manufacturing industry grew rapidly throughout the 60s and 70s. Besides Tsuen Wan, industrial areas such as Kwun Tong, San Po Kong and Cheung Sha Wan were also flourishing at the time. Although the economy suffered in the aftermath of the 1967 riots and again after the oil crisis in 1973, industrial development never ceased. The number of factories multiplied from 5,600 in 1960 to over 45,000 in 1980, a dramatic 700% increase in the space of 20 years.
香港喺50、60年代、60、70年代，我哋嘅負荷增長咧，每年都double digit 嘅，即係個10幾20%咁上。
In the early 1960s, power planners had foreseen that Hong Kong's demand for power would inevitably increase as a result of the exponential industrial growth. To satisfy Hong Kong's need for electricity in the 60s and 70s, a Ting Yi power station was set up. It was a time of great industrial fervour which led to intense competition and an all-consuming power hunger. Power plants hastened to keep up, but how in the midst of all this did factory girls fare, standing as they did at the forefront of the manufacturing process?
嗰陣時啲女仔咧就係好簡單嘅，屋企話冇錢讀喎，咁咪唔讀咯。
因為嗰陣時我覺得咧，如果我學識車嘢咧，我可以車衫俾自己着。
咁我就諗住人人都要着衫嘅啫，係咪先？咁啊做呢一行，相信為我終身之業都應該冇錯啦啩。
咁但係我又未夠年齡啊，嗰陣時就借隔離屋人嗰啲嘅身份證咁去做咯。因為嗰陣時淨係得個姓嘅啫嘛，咁所以自己入職嗰陣時咧，就連個姓都改埋。所以嗰陣時我咪叫做光貝年咯。
我嗰時要走鬼㗎。即係因為未夠年齡啊，跟住人哋嗰啲一話6杯血檸茶咧，咁佢哋住一聲就喺後門咧走晒落街避㗎啦。
咁我做童工嘅時候係冇冷氣嘅，係好大個成個面盤咁大嘅牛角扇，周圍裝大牛角扇啦，嘣嘣聲，其實熱到咧嗰啲汗咧係一滴一滴咁滴落嚟嘅，滴落嚟。嗰陣時又係咁做㗎啦，要車穿手指都係咁啦，掹翻佢出嚟，駁翻埋去，冇少到一忽，即係冇事。跟住倒啲車油落去。
應該我最多嘢做嗰陣時係80年代嗰段時間啊，咁嗰陣時又到年尾啊，又要趕貨啊，咁有拖塔嗰時又話趕拖塔啊咁樣，你唔使開到10點11點都起碼要開到8、9點啊。
好鬼招積㗎喎，要求唔好叫我加班，唔好要我超時工作，唔好要我翻禮拜。我哋嗰時即係正式係天之驕子。你啲貨幾時落？你俾個期我哋自己同你搞掂佢，度掂佢。
嗰啲請人嘅招紙都貼住，跟住冷氣空調嘅，咁我哋而家會覺得你使唔使死啊咁㗎啦，但嗰時唔係㗎，有冷氣廠房哇，威啲㗎。
Factories were not the only centres of industrial activity. They relied heavily upon the backdrop of a more scattered workforce, consisting of housewives sewing quietly in their homes.
74或者75年嗰段時間我攞人哋付翻屋企車，一到交貨啦，譬如你攞幾多單咁樣，攞咗翻屋企車完之後，個咧就一人推架車仔咧，推晒嗰啲1包2包，咁樣落去樓下交俾個廠，又再攞翻去咁樣。
By involving themselves in the manufacture of clothes, they were doing more than just earning a living.
做咗啲衫出嚟咧，成日都話着咗上啲公仔身度咧，好自豪嘅。咁我自己又會做嚟着㗎嘛，自己都，所以我就冇諗過會轉行㗎。所以我一路都係做製衣行㗎咋。我哋一去飲就最開心啦。嗰陣時講起，邊個做姊妹一去飲咧，全人係做衫嘅，朝一件晚一件，不知幾靚。
因為車有好多唔同嘅車。即係你會覺得原來架車可以有咁多人嘅變化咁樣咯。
In the mid-1980s, when China opened its doors to industrial globalization, The manufacturing sector in Hong Kong began facing a decline. Its contribution to the GDP dwindled from 20% in 1980 to a mere 5% in the year 2000. Labour disputes became an increasingly prominent feature of the headlines in the 90s. Factory workers were the hardest hit, though the lull in industrial activity also had an adverse effect on the electricity business.
我哋好多廠就搬上去啦，咁而喺香港嘅負荷咧，就開始已經係 saturate 啦，飽和啦。咁所以我哋當時嗰時嗰個增長咧，就講緊係 single digit 單位數而增長。我哋 Black Point 咧，其實係92年簽約。如果我哋要 defer 嘅時候咧，就要 defer 嘅時候咧就係好困難嘅。咁所以中電咧就係冇答應政府話要 defer 啲機組，但係政府就話：喂，你而家你嘅目的係成日想睇嘢，即係唔信任我哋。97年一個大 friend 嗰時，我哋講，我哋就話我哋嘅 transmission 多 generation 咁多咁講俾你聽，佢就唔信。唔該你攞翻過去10年，你以往所有你 commission 嘅 project， 你做翻一樣咁俾我。我話俾你幾多 project？272個 project。我哋兄弟要用2個月嘅時間，真係又係我哋咧就戰戰兢兢拎住個大棟嘢咁俾佢睇嘅嘛，咁佢係咁依攞咗2個 project， 抽2個出嚟，咁啊講，我都唔使10分鐘講完晒，等佢知道我哋就過往我哋10年嘅 planning 其實就10分 consistent， 我哋唔會話即係因為我哋要話投資。我哋會盡量將我哋嘅 idea 嚟改變啊！
因為我都唔相信製衣會死晒啩，即係始終人都要着衫㗎。但係到後嚟真係發覺原來真係轉即係冇咁滯咯，真係。
咁我覺得最大嗰個困難就係見到成個經濟轉型點樣令到人喺個行業裏面好自尊，好多個尊嚴。你見到我哋好多時啲工友都講就係我唔係講個錢啊，而係做乜要咁對我咧咁嚇？最後你用咗幾廿年，你做乜用咁嘅手段逼我走咧？你做乜要誣衊我咧？咁呢一個先至係我覺得最難放低嘅。
The economic changes forced some to completely dissociate themselves from this area of industrial development. Many of them, however, remained an active part of the labour force and of the manufacturing sector. Though these workers are no longer at the forefront of Hong Kong's development, they will always be remembered for their achievements in overcoming such insurmountable obstacles as they set out to construct the world as we know it today.